Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. To our audience on YouTube, if you can confirm if we are audible, you can just drop in on the chat box.
Yes, Ren, go ahead.
Thanks, Crystal. Once again, hello, everyone, and a warm welcome to the orientation day for the Formula Student Concept Challenge 2025, or FSCC as we call it. Whether you're here with a brand new team or returning with more experience, today is all about giving you a clear picture of what FSCC 2025 offers and how you can succeed. Before we dive into today's orientation, I have a quick heads up you won't want to miss. We've got a special announcement lined up exclusively for those attending this session, and yes, it includes a limited time offer that you could benefit or your team directly. So make sure you stay with us till the end and we'll reveal the details during the session. Trust me, you'll want to hear it. So let's start by looking at what we'll cover. To make this session easier to follow, here's the agenda for today. We'll begin with an introduction to FSCC, what it is and what makes it different. Then we'll go over eligibility to make sure your team qualifies. We'll walk you through the submissions you'll be required to prepare. Then take a closer look on sub-events, the judged area for the challenge. After that, we'll explain the format of the competition so you know what to expect. We'll move into the timeline with all the deadlines you should note down. And finally, we'll wrap up with the goals of FSCC and how it benefits your team in the long run. So let's begin with the basics. The Formula Student Concept Challenge, FSCC, is a fully virtual competition that focuses on the planning, design, and documentation phases of a Formula Student style vehicle. It mirrors the static events of a full Formula style competition, including engineering design, business presentation, and procurement planning, but without the physical build. That means zero cost of fabrication and no logistics, just a pure focus on engineering and strategic thinking. The event is open to both combustion and electric vehicle categories. Everything in FSCC is conducted online. Document submissions, presentations, evaluations, all of it. This format makes FSCC the ideal entry point for new teams and an efficient reset option for experienced teams looking to refine their approach. Now that you understand what FSCC is, let's take a look at why it was created and what it's designed to help you achieve. The Formula Student Concept Challenge is built with one core mission: to prepare you for the challenges of a full-fledged Formula Student competition without needing a physical build. Here's what FSCC is designed to build. Encourage early stage participation in Formula Student. It's the perfect place to start if you're a new team or just forming. To help teams deeply understand the rules and documentation process. Because success of Formula Student starts with strong rule comprehension and accurate documentation. Build skills in areas like design planning, project management, business strategy, and procurement. These areas are the heart of every winning team. And finally, FSCC provides a platform to sharpen your engineering mindset. You'll begin thinking like a real-world automotive engineers, not just students. Now let's talk about what you and your team stand to gain by participating. If you're wondering whether FSCC is worth the time and the effort, here are a few reasons why your team will benefit from it. You will build a rock-solid technical foundation essential for any future build event, whether it's Formula Bharat, FSG, or beyond. You'll be able to validate your designs before ever hitting the track, catch mistakes early, and learn how to justify design decisions to experts. You'll gain hands-on experience with real-world Formula Student documentation. a skill that even experienced teams struggle with at times. You'll receive feedback from seasoned judges in engineering, business, and academia. Their guidance is gold. Use it to improve and grow. You'll learn how to manage project timelines and submission deadlines, a must have skill for a Formula student team and the workplace alike. And most importantly, you'll set a strong base for eventually building a real race ready vehicle. Think of FSCC as the training ground for building smarter, faster, and more effective teams. And that's not all, there are more perks to look forward to. FSCC was created to remove barriers and open doors. Here are the top advantages of joining. 100% virtual, zero build cost. There's no need to worry about logistics, raw materials, or workshop access. Focus entirely on concept and execution. Real-world feedback from industry experts. You will be evaluated by engineers, business strategists, and academic professionals. A strong launchpad for new and returning teams. New teams will build core experience. Returning teams can rebuild stronger and correct past gaps in design or documentation. Now that you understand what FSCC offers and why it matters, let's move into the eligibility criteria to make sure your team qualifies to register. Before you register, it's important to confirm your team meets the basic eligibility requirements. You can register in combustion or electric vehicle categories. All participants must be current undergrad students or recent graduate within the last 11 months. Your university can register one team per category. That means you can field a CV and an EV team from the same college. Each team needs at least 6 members, no upper limit. All team members must hold a student level membership with Formula Bharat. And yes, we welcome international teams too. Now that you know who can participate, let's point you to the resources that will help your team get started the right way. Once you've confirmed your eligibility, here's what you'll need to access next. The pre-registration form. This is your first step toward entering FSCC 25. It's short and simple, just basic details about your team. The registration guide. This guide will walk you through each step of the registration fee payment process so nothing gets missed. The information booklet. It outlines the structure of the event, judging overview, submission requirements, and scoring. A must read for the team leads. All of the above can be found on the Formula Student Concept Challenge page on the Formula Bharat website. And since FSCC follows the Formula Bharat 2026 rulebook, you'll also need to visit the Formula Bharat downloads page, where you'll find the Formula Bharat 26 rulebook booklet, the templates and the submission formats, and the guidelines and supporting documents. Make sure that every department in your team, the design, business, and procurement, is familiar with these resources. Once your team has reviewed the resources and is ready to participate, the next step is to officially register for Formula Student Concept Challenge. The best part, it's a quick 2-step process. Fill out the registration form. This form captures your university, team details, and your preferred vehicle category, CV or EV. Make sure the details are accurate and complete. Wait for the confirmation and invoice. After review, the Formula Bharat admin will send your team a confirmation email along with the invoice to complete your fee payment. We recommend using a shared, frequently checked team email, and so you don't forget to check your spam folder as well. Here are the first 2 dates every team should look in. The registration deadline is August 12, 2025. Make sure your form is submitted before this date to avoid missing out. The fee payment deadline is August 14th, 2025. Once you get the invoice, make the payment before this date to secure your participation. Now that you know how and when to register, let's look at what your team will be submitting and how the judging process works across each event. Your FSCC journey is built around document preparation and presentation. So let's look at what you need to submit. You will be required to prepare and submit the following key documents: FMEA, SES, ESF, and more. Each of these highlight a specific area of your vehicle design and compliance. All documents are reviewed by seasoned Formula student experts. The better your documentation, the more helpful your feedback will be. Once these documents are submitted, they will be evaluated through 3 key sub-events. Let's break down the 3 major areas where your team will be evaluated. The business plan presentation, BPP. You will pitch a market-ready business model around your vehicle or a component. Think of it as a startup pitch. The engineering design presentation. Judges will assess your engineering approach, decision-making, and integration. And finally, the procurement report. You will map out the component sourcing timeline and estimated costs. Now that you know what the sub-events are, let's see how the entire competition is structured. So how does it all work? FSCC is completely virtual competition, no fabrication, no shipping, no travel. Teams will submit documents and present virtually. That means you can participate from anywhere. Just make sure your internet connection is stable. Judging is conducted by industry professionals and academic experts. You'll receive real feedback that can directly improve your team's performance going forward. This format also makes FSCC the ideal training ground before entering a full build competition. To help you plan better, you can stay updated on the upcoming deadlines by regularly checking the FSCC 2025 page. After the registration deadline, this event will run from mid-August to mid-December 2025. Now, we've seen the competition format. Let's talk about what FSCC is truly designed to achieve. At the heart of FSCC is the one core mission: to prepare you for success in Formula Student and beyond. Through this challenge, we aim to help you build a stronger technical and managerial foundation. This will support your team through future competitions. Gain experience in real-world documentation standards, the same ones used at events like Formula Bharat and FSG. Participate in team management, time tracking, and project planning, critical skills in any engineering competition or workplace. Receive constructive feedback from experienced judges that you can immediately apply to your future designs. Most importantly, FSCC gives your team a safe space to learn, improve, and grow. So what's next? Visit the FSCC 2025 webpage, fill out the registration form. This is your chance to build something powerful, not just on paper, but in the way your team thinks, works, and innovates. Now let's move on to a special announcement exclusively for those attending today's orientation. As a token of appreciation for your early interest and commitment, we're excited to offer an early bird discount. Teams that complete their registration and make the payment on or before June 30th, 2025 will receive a 10% discount on the registration fee. We will now open the floor for Q&A, so feel free to either raise your hand or drop your questions in the chat. Thanks for being here, and we look forward to seeing your team in FSCC 2025. To the participants present here, if you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself, or you can also put in your questions in the chat box. Also, it would be nice to know which team you belong to. If you can put that in the chat box, that would be nice. Thank you. To answer Meet's question, can I participate individually? No, Meet. This is a team-based challenge or competition. So the team requires to have a minimum of 6 members.
Um, hey, I see a question in the chat box here. It's from Aman. He says, please explain how the engineering design event is part. Do we need to create a presentation and explain the details or explain with a 3D rendering? To answer your question, Aman, firstly, I'd like you to have a look at the Formula Student Concept Challenge page and the information rules booklet, because this will clarify your query to the T. But to just give you a gist, as a part of the engineering design event, there are a couple of things that you need to do. Firstly, you need to submit a concept resources management report. Um, that is CRMR. There is a guideline of that report. So you can have a look at that and you need to fill it in and submit that. That's your first part, like the first step towards the engineering design event. The next part to your engineering design event is that you need to submit a engineering design presentation. Now that presentation is a 20-minute long video, and the guidelines of that again are in the information rules booklet and the Formula Bharat 2026 rules booklet. So have a look at that and you will find all the details of what needs to be in the presentation there. And additionally, you will also submit the DSS, which is the design specification sheet. Now, all these three things, CRMR, you'll find details in the Formula Student Concept Challenge information rule booklet. And for the EDP and DSS, you'll find the information in the Formula Bharat 26 rule booklet. So have a look at it and I'll tell you what needs to be added. I hope that answers your question. Ranita, I did not see any questions on YouTube. So if you want, you can close and you can end the YouTube live, and then you can take questions that people have here in the Zoom meeting.
Sure, Crystal. I'll just end the live. There's a follow-up question from Aman. You can take that.
There's a follow-up. Okay, one second. Is there a template? No, there's no template for CRMR.